Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode. Everyone seems to be talking about omnichannel strategies and omnichannel approach. So I thought to dedicate this episode to talk about omnichannel strategies. How we will approach this, I will try to make it as simple as possible by answering questions that were pre-submitted to Sky Health Academy. By answering these questions, they are 6, we will be able to understand what is omnichannel strategy or approach and how can we utilize it in our business. So let's get started and let me share my screen. So the first question I received was, what is omnichannel approach and how it is different from the multi-channel marketing? For now, I want you to think of the omnichannel approach as a way of effective communication to your clients or your customers. Just like this, it's a way to communicate effectively with your clients and customers. Later on, we will build upon this story. How it is different from the multi-channel marketing or multi-channel approach? For me, I consider the omni-channel approach as a part of the multi-channel approach, because in both scenarios or in both approaches, you use different multiple channels. In this context, an email can be a channel, a virtual meeting can be a channel, face-to-face meeting, another channel, social media, different channels of social media, different types of channels. In the multi-channel marketing or that multi-channel approach, we use multiple of these channels, and also in the omni-channel approach, we use multiple channels. So what's the difference then? In the multi-channel marketing or approach, the channels work independently. No channel is dependent on the other. So the customer or the client can get a message in one channel, let's say social media, but a different message, not necessarily reinforcing the previous one he saw on social media when he comes to the store or when the customer visits an app or when there is another sort of any channel. So the messages between that are conveyed by different channels are not connected, and the channels themselves are not necessarily connected or dependent on each other. But it's completely different in the omni-channel approach. In the omni-channel approach, each channel is connected to the other. So the channels are well integrated. How they are integrated, we will discuss this in few minutes. So the multi-channel approach is using different multiple channels that are independently working. But the omni-channel approach is utilizing different multiple channels as well. However, the channels are well connected and well integrated. Okay, so this is one of the differences, but there are other differences. The omni-channel approach operates with a customer-centric approach. The ultimate objective is the customer. But this is not a mandatory requirement or a mandatory component when we talk about the multi-channel approach. So in omni-channel approach, you need to rely on data when it comes to different junctions of the communication strategy, which is not necessarily the case in multiple channel communication or multiple channel strategy. So the omni-channel approach is a data-driven approach. This is not necessarily a component or a strategy when we do the multiple channel marketing, okay? It is preferred, but it's not mandatory. So we mentioned 3 main differences. There are more, but for now, let's focus on the 3 differences. 1, the omni-channel uses multiple channels. However, these channels are well integrated, well connected. The omni-channel approach is a data-driven approach that is centered around the customer or the client. So these are 3 important differences. Let's see the next question. The second question is why it is important for business. Why everyone now is talking about omni-channel strategies and the way to communicate with customers should be omni-channel. Yes, Many reasons for this. The first, that being consistent in your messages through different channels helps to develop brand loyalty, regardless your brand in this case. So if you are promoting a brand, or you are creating awareness, or you are conveying certain messages for certain topic, in all cases, whenever you are consistent and you are delivering a seamless customer experience, at the end, the result will be more customer loyalty. You are getting more credibility and more probably to be trusted by your clients or your recipient. The second important benefit of applying an omni-channel approach is that you are increasing the likelihood of having your decision making when it comes to your business correct. You are going to take the right decisions. Why? Because you are relying on data in two important areas. First, the area before you start the communication. So you are not just communicating, you are communicating based on data. Data that defines the customer needs and the customer preferences. And here, another difference between omni-channel approach and multi-channel approach, because the omni-channel approach provides personalized experience. That is to say, that when we wanted to communicate certain messages to our customers or to our clients, we need to understand their needs first, what they are looking for, and then we need to understand how best they want us to communicate with them. So what are the preferred messages? What are the preferred channels? Do they like to see the data or the information on the website, or they prefer to come to a meeting to attend a lecture, or they prefer to receive a call giving them the information they need? Different customer needs and different customer preferences. And the omni-channel approach, as we mentioned, it's customer focused and customer centric. It takes all this into consideration. So another difference between omni-channel approach and the multi-channel approach. The omni-channel necessitates that you provide a personalized experience. So before communication, you rely on data. And you rely on data again after the communication, in terms of when the communication channels work together and they are, don't forget, well connected and technology integrated, and we will discuss this in a few seconds, they provide data about how the customer responded to each channel, how the customer perceived the message, a lot of data and a lot of metrics. Nowadays, they measure even how many views after resulted from each click and how many clicks resulted from each impression, a wealth of data. So the systems, they will provide you this data in order to revise and refine your decisions. So relying on data, pre-communication and post-communication will definitely help you to take the right decisions and will ensure that you have your decisions based on data and that you have clear trends and predictions of the market, let's say. So this is another way in order to communicate compared to the traditional multi-channel communication. Here, we understand the customer needs, we analyze them, and we understand their preferences, how they want it to be communicated and when they can be communicated. And we utilize this data to provide a seamless, personalized customer experience. After the communication or after some time of the campaign, awareness campaign or promotional campaign, we will get another patch of data where we can understand how the customers reacted, what satisfied them, what didn't satisfy them. And so we will be able to revise and refine our decisions. Let's see the third question. What are the key components of successful omni-channel strategy? I think we answered this already. First, it uses different channels, whether these channels are virtual or face-to-face channels. And these channels are well integrated, well connected. So it's not only the channels, but these channels are integrated. And how they are integrated. And here comes the role of technology. In order to communicate in different channels, but you are different from the multi-channel approach, then you need to have some sort of system or software in order to connect the different channels together. So the behavior of each channel will depend on the behavior of the previous step or the previous channel. For example, if a customer opens a website and he finds information in an ad or in a one-to-one interaction, then he will download an app. In the app, the customer will find a message that is consistent with the message he saw on the website, and probably he will see and interact with an interface that is familiar to the website interface, which he liked, and that's why he reacted probably. After downloading the app, he will interact in a seamless way like he interacted on the website, and probably this will derive an interaction where the customer can purchase a product or get another action. The second point and the second important component in omnichannel strategies rather than technology is the data itself. And we mentioned that we use data previously, before the communication, and we use data after and during the communication itself. The third component is the customer centrism, where the end customer or the end user is the main focus of the strategy. And we need to adopt a personalized approach. That's why we need to collect the data, analyze the data, and then provide the content of the communication. So here again, we will use technology because we are collecting data, and this data should be analyzed and probably will provide us with some insights about the customer behaviors and the customer interactions. This is critical. So we are using integrated data and integrated technology. The integrated data that the customer reactions with different channels are collected, analyzed, and providing output. The integrated technology means that all the channels are connected, and at the end, feedback about the customer engagement with these channels is provided. These are the components of the omnichannel approach. We can list them simply as personalized experience, customer-focused experience, technology-integrated approach, data-driven approach, and finally, using multiple channels that are already connected. The next question is how to ensure seamless customer experience across all channels, and I think also we answered this question by integrating data and by integrating technology. These are the only two ways to ensure that you have seamless customer experience. So here we mentioned consistency. Consistency is key in omnichannel strategy. What's the role data plays? Now we understand that data plays two important roles. The first, to collect the data about the customer needs and the customer preferences. Then this data will be analyzed in order to give us insights about those needs and preferences. Then we will use data again in order to monitor and give us feedback about the customer engagements with different channels. Accordingly, we will modify our approach. Maybe we will bring in more new channels, or we will refine or expand our existing channels. So that's it for today. I hope that I was able to simplify the concept of the omnichannel approach. In the next episodes, we will talk about how to build a plan, an omnichannel plan. Whether we are talking about medical plan or commercial plan, I think then the steps will be easy. We need to build a plan that delivers consistent messages to the customers via multiple channels that are well integrated, whether using technology or without using technology. And this plan needs to be data-driven plan or data-driven strategy. We need to take in consideration the data that we have about the customer's needs and the customer preferences. Then we implement this plan. And finally, we measure the metrics, how the customers interacted, what are the positive and the negative metrics that we can measure. Accordingly, we can revise our plan or our decisions. So this is the story of the omni-channel approach. Let's meet in the next episode to go a step further. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.